Yes lads, joebiline here, and today I wanted to show you an easy and quicker way of how you can get versus attack trophy tokens, versus attack tokens, top transfer tokens, all that good stuff from versus attack mode. Now don't get me wrong, this is a method that requires you to be in a ranking where you're quite a few overalls higher and better than your opponents, but I know quite a lot of you have been demoting yourselves down to easy divisions and then working your way back up to get the easy wins to get the tokens quicker. Some of you may already have been doing this, but for those that haven't seen you can do it and doesn't realise this works, this is a way. So I'm in FIFA Champion. I've gone back down a few fans to just inside FIFA Champion, where I'm coming up against a lot of people who are between like 105 to 110 overall, as you saw on my Instagram the other day at joebiline. If you don't follow that, I did get up to like rank 22. I was almost breaking into top 20, but when I was grinding away, but I thought I'll drop back down to show you how I can get up there quickly. So for this first example, I'm 114, I'm playing a 107. So to me, I know when I'm playing this game, they don't normally, like, occasionally they'll score maybe 6 against me, but normally it's like 4 or 5. So I can comfortably score, what, about 5, 6, 7 goals. And I don't need to score more than that to get the win. You guys will know yourselves what division you're in, how many goals people of a similar overall or lower score against you. So once you kind of know how many it goes, you know when it's safe to quit out. Because when you quit out in versus attack mode by pressing the pause button and then clicking quit, you don't actually forfeit the game and lose the game. You just don't. The goals you've scored in that game will stay. And if they don't then score more than you, you'll still win the game despite only playing a minute instead of a minute and a half. And what it also means is that you skip out on the loading screen at the end of the game and the tallying up, which sometimes, depending on server syncing, can take another 30 seconds to a minute. So even if you're a goal or two up with a couple of seconds to go, you can quit out then and it saves you that time. And then you'll see after this game's finished, because it's a minute, this game was a close one. I was thinking, actually this game, maybe I need to score 7, so I'll just get a few extra in. So I think it's here. I scored, no, I was off, I had a free kick from a foul here. So I scored this, the goal went in, I thought 7, alright, 14, 13 seconds to go. This should be safe. Actually, no, I did get another one, and then I knew, right, time to quit out. However, you have to be careful, you have to make sure the turn completes. So although you saw me score an 8th there, after this game that's playing at the moment, you'll see what the final score in this game was, because what will happen is now, this game will continue to play, the guy I was playing will continue. Ricardo, he actually tweeted me after saying GG, so GG lad, you made a video as well if that's something you're interested in seeing. But there you are, it was a good game, and yep, so we play LMV. So what will happen is now that game will still be finishing up, and then by the time I've played this game, that game will have been finished and be waiting for me to finish this game to see the result, and it will pop up. So we'll play this game now. I'm doing this all post-com because I wasn't sure what I was going to be cutting down and skipping into and whatnot. Thought it'd be easier this way, and that way I can get my point across without getting distracted by the games. Let me know if you've been doing this tactic. Maybe, like I say, it's a risky tactic because it relies on you knowing you scored more than what the opponent will get. But maybe you quit after 45 to a minute. Say you up, like, I think it was this game here. I think this guy wasn't playing himself, or he was just struggling against my team with the team advantage. That's possible. I believe it was this one when I realised after I got to about 5-0 that he wasn't really playing, or he'd only scored 1, so I thought it was safe to quit out then. So I quit out earlier. It doesn't matter how long or how far into it you quit out, the goals are going to stay, and as long as they don't score more than you, you're still going to get the win. You're going to get the fans, and you're going to get the reward pack. The reward pack goes straight into your inventory. You'll see after this game anyway, because the goal they get the previous game would have tallied in. But this is a much quicker way if you're grinding out. Even if you do, like obviously, like I say, you need to be knowing that you're confident enough to be able to quit them few seconds or 30 seconds earlier. Here was it. I knew 5-0 here. Did I take this step? No, I quit out now. You do need for that. Look, 5-7-5. Because I quit out before the next turn had started, it didn't count that final goal. So you need to quit out once the final turn's finished, and the reward pack goes to your unclaimed items there. Depending on how you're playing or not, the game will show you pretty quickly. Sometimes the server syncing means it takes a little while to show up, but don't panic, it will arrive. You just need to play through, they'll come through to you. and it'll be there. They'll always arrive. For me, it's always arrived anyway after the game. If you maybe stop playing, so maybe your final game you're going to play it all the way just to give it time to bring the other one through. If not, go do whatever you're doing, come back, and it'll be there waiting for you. It's a much quicker way. Like I say, maybe you're having a lot closer games, but you do normally win by 2 goals. Maybe you quit out with 5 seconds to go, just so you skip out on that loading screen. You can jump straight back into the game. So while the game's thinking up and deciding how many everyone scored, you've already started your next game. It cuts out a lot of time. You can potentially halve the amount of time you spend per game, because after all the final loading, you're missing all that out. You're jumping straight in, and also it stores all the packs up for you. So say you decided, because obviously we've seen from time to time, EA will launch a promo where versus attack wins gets his tokens for them. Maybe you just want to do it so that they go straight to your inventory rather than having to click open pack later or open pack now. Maybe you just do it that way. You save them all up, stock them all up for when EA do a promo that's got new tokens in, because at the moment we're getting top transfer. Maybe you need to do it now because you want the retros, but at the moment we're getting top transfer and versus attack. But like we saw last week with like Hamburg versus Cologne, them packs are in there. So if you hadn't saved up, you could get them quickly. Things like that, you can use it tactically to save it up quicker. It's just a quicker way of grinding out games. So if you're grinding games, I definitely suggest doing something like this. Like I say, you may be in a position where your games are always tight and you can't afford to quit out. I'm in the position where while I'm climbing up until I get to like the top 50 ranks, I can afford to quit out early. And even as I get to there, once I sort of know what the score's going to be, I'll quit out. Say I'm losing, say when I was in like the top 30 tackling, say it got to about 30 seconds to go and I was losing like 7-4, I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to bring this back now. Quit out early, jump in. That way I can jump into the next game quicker, and I can make sure I avoid playing that person again. So it's just an easy way. If you're within the score thing where you're confident you can quit out, do it. It's going to save you a lot of time, and I definitely recommend it. Maybe one of them guys who's been demoting, it's going to save you a hell of a lot of time. Scoring in goal, quit out, works the same way. It's just a much quicker way of doing things, so I definitely recommend doing it if you're in the position where you're able to. Maybe you need to demote yourself to do it quickly. Like I say, it's a risky method, but it's one that works once you're confident and you've sussed out what type of goals and score lines the games finish. So do leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here. I'm hoping that Play of the Month comes out tonight, and also tomorrow I'm going to be able to claim David Luiz, so we should have videos with them guys, whoever's Player of the Month and whatnot, in the next few days. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here. Remember to go enter my Jermaine Defoe England Hero giveaway on Twitter if you haven't already, and I'll see you all later. Peace.